Hey guys, I'm Eric with Casual Car Talk, and today we're going to show you how to get your headlights looking from stock to aftermarket. And they are much brighter. It's about a $40 kit, and I'll put the link in the description and give you a real quick and easy video showing you how to swap these out. What you're going to need for this is some dielectric grease and a T15 Torx bit. And I'll show you real quick how easy it is to actually pop these out. The actual headlight is very simple. There's two little lift pins right here, so one actually sits into this little groove, so remember that for when you reinstall. But you simply pull it right up. I'm just going to set it right up here, make sure it doesn't fall down in there. Pull the other one, and then the whole headlight is just going to wiggle right out of here. Super easy. Make sure these don't get too taut. You know, you don't want to break the cables or anything like that, or wear out these little wires. And then we're just going to disconnect this. This is a little low beam side, this is the high beam side. And there's this little back plate here, and the way to loosen that up, so the issue I found out is the base of this is too big to fit into the existing hole right here because this bracket gets in the way. So what we're going to do is flip this up, and we're going to take the T15 right here as shown, and there's these two adjust screws right here. You can see one right here, and the other one is right down in here. And we're going to loosen those up, and it'll bring this panel up enough so we can drop the headlight in without any issues. So I will show you that in a second. Much easier to disconnect the two lights. So that's low beam, that's high beam. And what I'm going to do is take my dielectric grease right here. Oops, that was good. Take the dielectric grease right here, and I'm going to put it right inside these connectors, right inside the female end, so that when the pins go in, they bring a bunch of dielectric grease in there. And then for these, I'm going to loosen these two set screws. So this one here, and that one right down in there, as you can see. And I'm going to loosen them until the end of these. And you can see which way it's going. If you go loose or tight, it'll suck this screw in or out. And so I'm going to get those down all the way flush. So I'm going to unscrew them until they're flush with this head, but not all the way in. I don't want to lose them. And then I'm going to install a headlight, and then I'm going to, you can kind of see where the old ones were when you're retightening this shield back on. You'll be able to see because it'll be really clean underneath. Where it's protected, and then this will be rusty, so you can kind of go right back to where you were. So if you turn clockwise, you'll see that it slowly is pulling that bolt in, which is loosening this whole back shield. So that should be just about good on this side. So clockwise, so like you're tightening, will pull that bolt in, or screw rather, and when you go loose, we'll push it back out when we're done. Enough clearance on the low beam side. You can see right in here that you have to push down a little bit, and you probably won't even have to push down to remove them, but if you're just nice and careful, again, you don't need to go ham on them, but they'll pop right out. There we go. And you can kind of see the fins on here. You push those down, so you get them all lined up, push it down, and then rotate to pop the new light back in. So, now that we've got enough clearance, take the new bulb here, and as you can see, it's a little bit longer than the old one, which is why we have to back this out a little ways. It's a lot longer, and the base is much bigger. So, I'm going to gently put this in, and then line up the little tabs. Looks good, and then I'm going to press down and turn once I get these lined up actually. So let's do that. There we go. Okay, now I got it lined up. So you're going to push down and then turn, and then it'll be nice and pop right in there, and it won't come out. Nice and easy. Very simple installation. And then like I said, I'm going to dab a little bit of dielectric grease in here, reconnect everything, put the headlight assembly itself back in. If you forget, the low beam side goes on the outside and then of the vehicle, and we're gonna plug it all back together, and that's it. Put the slide pins back in, super easy. Electric grease, I go pretty liberal with it. I'm up in Minnesota, so we have a lot of elements, a lot of salt, snow, water, and I'd like those to stay nice and clean, so dielectric grease has worked wonders and saved me a lot of headlights. You get to take your slide pins. They're the same size, so it doesn't actually matter which one goes in which side. I already checked that out. and just make sure they line up. So they just come right out and go right back in, make sure they line up. Goes all the way under and into, so you can see I almost missed that tab there, but right into that tab. And that's it. That's how easy the headlight install is. And those screws we were working with are actually adjustment screws, actually Cougar Motor brand, and I got them for about 40 bucks on Amazon, and I will put the link in the description.